Hey everyone, it's Morgyn from For the Love of Paper, and it is day 2 of Scraptober. If you want to know all about Scraptober, you can check my previous video out, which sort of is a little bit of an overview of what I'll be doing for the month. So this video here is a challenge to use multiple washi tapes on a layout. I have so many washi tapes and I don't use them all that often. I tend to use the really thin ones a lot. The rest of them, they're so pretty and I just don't use them. I don't know why. They just sit there. So this one here is to use multiple washi tapes. Now I am scrapbooking a photo of Roman. We did a little mini baby photo shoot with him when he was probably about a week or 2 old, and this is one of those photos that I decided to scrap. Now I went and got my Big Shot out, and I got out these alpha dies, and I punched out Sweet Baby from a piece of cardstock. It's about, I think, 3 inches wide, that strip, and it is the same cardstock that I use as my background, and you'll see why later, so it can flow across the page. So I used the Big Shot machine and cut out the words, and then I had that as my title. So once I punched all of those little fiddly bits out, you can see I just put it on the page and it blends across. It doesn't look too like another piece of cardstock on the page. And then I went and picked out all the different washi tapes. I wanted to use a mixtures of blue and purple, a little bit of pink in there for this layout, and I just ripped them into little strips and place them down the page. I did do some lines on either side so I knew how far over to go, and I also put lines in to mark where the words ended and started, so I knew where I really needed different types of tape. Then I put some glue around the letters, and I'd put double-sided tape around the edge of that strip of cardstock and stuck it down to my background piece. Then I went and put a couple of little glue dots in the middle of the B's and the A, and put the little pieces back in to make the letter, like what would be the open part. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure you understand what I mean. So I went and stuck those back in. It didn't look right with having the B with no little middle bit. So I'm glad I kept those aside. I was going to throw them out. And then just laid my photo on the page to make sure it looked okay, and it was going all right to start with. And then I went and got some of the thin washi. See, I've got this whole container of thin washi, and this I use a lot. The other stuff, not so much. And I didn't know which one I wanted to use, and of course I actually end up using the first one that I pull off. And I think that was, it's a white with a gold horizontal stripe through the middle of it. And I just went and put that over the 2 sides of that strip of cardstock, just so you can't see the edge and it looks like one piece of cardstock. That's really the only reason I did that. And yeah, that's kind of that piece done. Then I moved on to matting my photo and putting all my embellishments on. And again, I'm using the Little You collection. That was from Crepe Paper. I don't have the whole collection. I think I got most of the pattern paper, and I got the stickers, and I got the ephemera pack. I tried to get the chipboard, but it wasn't available anymore. So I've just got this little bit, but I really love it. I wish I had more of it. The problem is when it came out, I didn't know if I was having a boy or a girl, so I didn't buy it. And then when I finally remembered about it, it was quite an old collection, and I just grabbed what I could. And I'm happy I did, because it's beautiful. I have got the digital version, so I can print out more of these bits and pieces if I want to, which is pretty cool. So I just matted that on that chevron paper to start with, and then I trimmed off the edge of the hot balloon one. I knew I wanted to cut the hot balloon image out, and I thought, well, we might as well not waste the outside edge of the paper, and I will use that for the corner of my photo. So that's what I did. I'm all about using it up as much as possible and not wasting it. So that's what I did. And just trying to work out where I want it on the layout, where I want it to sit, where it's going to look the best. And I think at this point I was actually holding Roman in my arms. That's why I'm just working with one hand, I'm fairly certain. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because I don't normally work with just one hand unless the other one is occupied. I must have put him down at that point. So I had two hands back, or Frank came home, or whatever the reason was, and I got my hand back. So now I'm just going through the ephemera pack. No, I've switched him to the other hand. I'm holding him in my right arm now, so I'm just working with my left. It's amazing what you can get done when you're holding a baby. So yeah, I went through the ephemera pack and pulled out a couple of bits and pieces that I wanted to use on the layout. Now I must have put them down because I've got two hands again. So I've got the hot balloon. I pulled out a little banner. I pulled out that little circle thing. I think it's got like a little hedgehog on it, and then a few stars up in the top corner. And I just realized I should have used the little charm from this month's Scrapping Fun kit on this. I might go get that and add it onto the layout because it would be just perfect for this nice sleeping picture. And I have to apologize for all the banging in the background. My husband is making us some little bedside tables, and my son is just hammering nails into bits of random wood. So if you can hear all the banging, that's them having their father-son bonding time with the tools, being men out in the garden. We shall see what they have created when they come back inside. So now just putting all of the elements together. I think I added, another little word sticker down the bottom. I can't remember what it says. And the hot air balloon says tiny little one. And I think that's kind of all the embellishments I put on it. It's just a little label sticker. And I don't think I add, do I add something else? I know I add a couple more stars up the top in that little cluster. I must have finished. So I mount it on some foam dots to give it a bit of dimension. I have been loving these lately. I have been using so many foam dots. I think it's because I found an extra packet that I didn't know I had. I've got 2 spare packets now, so I'm like, yeah, I can use these because I don't have to worry about buying any extra. I've got tons. So just adding a few little stars up the top there. That one and this one here are the clear acetate ones. So I'm just peeling the plastic off those. And then I use one of the little gold ones as well. And I think I put a, like an enamel dot, it's a star-shaped enamel dot on there as well. And I'm pretty sure that is all I really stick on this layout. I don't think I leave that there. Maybe I do. No. I'll put it on the side. Yeah. I stick it inside that label. I think it's it. I can't remember what it says, but I know it says something. And yep, little enamel dots here and there. And then I do a border with grey pen around the outside and call this layout done. So thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe and you will be able to see all the other videos I do for Scraptober, and also help me get over the 400 mark. That'll be really exciting. Be awesome if I could get to 450 subscribers. That'd be so cool. And yeah, have a great scrappy week, and I will catch you next time. Bye.